What's up, guys and gals? My name is Splattercat, and we are here at the Nerd Castle with our next episode of our Friday Weekly Indie Newcomer. This week, we're going to be taking a look at SmashGames Magicite, which is an action RPG platformer with permadeath, which is quite a cool game. In fact, it's in early alpha right now, or it's in pre-release mode anyway. So if you're looking to buy the game, it's $9.99 on Steam, or you can buy 3 and get 1 for free because the game is obviously much better with friends. The multiplayer is indeed one of the more attractive aspects of this game. However, today, since I have no friends, we're just going to be playing single player. So now that I've told you what the game is, let's go ahead and maximize our time in game by clicking single player here. And the first thing we've got to do, why shard? Well, I think that's a pretty good question. I mean, I think there are limited situations in which a sharp might be useful. His parents must have been thinking pretty hard about some philosophical questions. Let's choose our race. And so as you play through the game and you die and you have that permadeath element where you lose your character and everything you've been working towards, you will unlock characters based on certain criteria that have taken place during the course of your run through. So for example, to unlock the Trogon race, it will be a 100% unlock chance if you can beat the game in under an hour. So if you can speedrun the game in under an hour, you get the Trogon, and that's just that. Or for the Earthkin, you have a 20% unlock chance after reaching District 10. Now, these two I probably should have unlocked because I know that I've made that criteria almost every time that I've played the game, but apparently I'm really, really bad at rolling dice. For today's playthrough, we have the choice of the Orclops, the Noble, or the Peon. The Peon is just a general character. It's your starting guy. This is the one that you're going to begin with. The Noble's a little bit better. He comes with a magic bonus and a better axe when he starts out. Or you can go with the Orclops, who starts with a weapon and a pickaxe, but he doesn't start with a normal axe, which kind of relegates him to hunting monsters to craft things out of bones. Did I say craft? Yes, indeed, I did. The game has a crafting element to it that is simplistic, but at the same time, I feel like it really makes the game a lot better. It's almost like a platformer Monster Hunter briefly, where you're always looking for like little bits and bobs to make your next piece of gear to increase your survivability as you kind of run down the pipe. So anyways, we're going to go with the Noble today, and we're going to rename him because Weishart, while attractive, is not what I'm going for. I'm going to go for Doggle Dave, mighty warrior of the nobility, and then we've got to choose our stats. And so every time you randomly generate your stats, you're going to get like these little traits right here that make you better at certain things, and these traits are not created equal. Some of these are way more useful than others. So for example, the one that I would be looking for would be like Gatherer and Potions Master. The Potions Master. Let's see here. Okay, so Potion Brewer would be nice and healthy. I'll take that. That'll work. Why is our dex nerfed? That's concerning to me. That's bad. Well, I guess I can just go with Gatherer. Let's see if I can generate something a little bit better. That's not a bad skill set, although the HP is a little low on it. I feel like I'm playing... There was this game back on the Sega Genesis called Warriors of the Red Sun, where I used to sit there for like hours regenerating my stats over and over and over again. Ooh, that's about as good as it gets. Gatherer and Potion Brewer, and we didn't get nerfed too hard. I'll take it. And then now we need to... There's variants? I guess I don't have any of them yet. Let's go ahead and select a hat. And so I've got these goggles right here, which are basically the minion goggles from the Monarch's minions. But anyways, we've got bunny ears, which are they allow us to triple jump. That's actually pretty insane. And then we've also got this Tyrannox hat, and it allows us to, it gives us the ability to summon highly toxic meteors that scale with magic when attacking barehanded. And it doesn't sound like, I'm gonna go with bunny ears because the triple jump seems awesome. And plus, look at that fashion sense. How could you get any further in life? If you show up at a party dressed like that, I guarantee you're gonna be turning heads. Let's rock. It's time for Doggle Dave to annihilate some foes. And so here we are. We are in game. Obviously, they're going to be little cubic slimes bouncing around. Something is holding them that can... Ooh, I like the triple jump. I'll take it. I will take it. So the first thing, obviously, in a crafting game that we need to do is we need to chop down some trees and get some wood, because that's where you start out in every crafting game. Why wouldn't you? The triple jump is going to be tremendously useful for getting up to really high platforms on this playthrough. I'm kind of excited in seeing like how it turns out. So the crafting, pretty simple, actually. You kind of got to memorize the recipes. There's no kind of indicative prompt to let you know how to make anything, and in fact this took me about 30 minutes to kind of figure out a lot of the recipes. So what I'm gonna do is we'll put a stick over here, and you hold down the shift key and you click on the things you want, and you only combine 2 things at a time. So I'm gonna make a pick handle first and foremost, and then I need to make myself a couple of blades, and so I need these wood logs for that. Let's go, I think that'll work right there. And so now we've got, oh, I need another one. I need one more. And so we'll combine those and make them into blades. We'll combine those and make them into blades. And so now we have a pickaxe, which is going to be useful, obviously, because we're going to be doing these little rocks right here. You see how they're different colors? We got to get some ores so that we can make better gear like helmets and armor and weapons to make ourselves way more survivable. We also need to make a sword hilt, which I don't think I have the materials for. So I think we're going to have to like commit some slimy murder here. Oh no, I did something dumb. That's a beehive. You don't want to hit that, especially at this phase of the game. That could be quite fatal. That could be one of those things that ends up being very, very bad for you. I'm going to stand right here and murder the hell out of him to get some XP. That's right, you level up as well. And pigs are basically there for slaughter. They're not going to fight back. I feel kind of guilty whenever I murder pigs, but the slime is hiding in front of the beehive because he knows my weakness. Well, let's chop down some trees real fast. Oh, triple jump saved me right there. That was a close one. I almost got slimed, and I don't want to have to take a shower after this episode. I don't want to have to take a well, I guess we could take, I like taking showers, but nonetheless, I prefer to keep that to a minimum. I got stuff to do today. So anyways, we got some more sticks, we've got some more wood. It's up here in our inventory. Additionally, it's probably going to be a good idea to use that trait that we have and convert that into a big potion for later. That's going to be super useful. And then I think, in order to make this work, it's like, I don't remember. Let me see. Let me play around with it here. It's something like that. There it is. Okay, so we've got ourselves a sword hilt. We need another blade. Ooh, I'm messing up. I'm messing up all over the place. We need 2 of these, 2 wood planks to make a wood blade. There we go. And so now we have a schwert. And so we can stab our enemies a little bit more efficiently. Ow. Thank you for helping me jump, but I don't want to jump that high. I might wake up some wasps here with my indiscretions. And now that we've been wounded, I'm going to drink that potion. Bam! So you're seeing a couple meters up at the top right of the screen. The red one is obviously health. The blue one is obviously mana. The brown one is like your poopo meter. And so you need to fill that one up. That's your food. But every time you eat, you get a little surprise. And you'll see what I mean in just a second. The one underneath that is stamina for my dash, which you can trigger with the Q and the E keys. You can see that going down right there, and it replenishes fairly rapidly. Not going to need like a whole lot more wood. We've pretty much gotten the job done with the wood that we have right now. And so I think I'm going to walk away from that. I don't want spider webs. I want herbs. Come on now. We've got to get some herb on this journey. How are you going to go on a magical journey for revenge and also monster slaughter without herb? It seems like one of those things that's just always included in every game. This large critter right here, we're going to slaughter to death really fast. I mean, I guess you couldn't slaughter anything else other than to death. But that's beyond the point. Don't question me. Don't judge me. It's okay. Now, there are a number of bosses in this game. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to challenge you along the way. Namely, ooh, that pig tried to get me. Oh, piggy, stop it. Stop it, piggy. I feel like he's going to stop at an inconvenient location right now after bouncing off the wall. He's almost there. He's resilient. Ooh, got him, man. We got a monster bone out of it. That'll be even better. Oop, and I'm using the wrong tool. I'm trying to use a pickaxe to get a tree down. So there we are. We're going to have a little bit more wood, but you're not going to use that a whole lot later on in the game. We want to start moving towards stone and bone if we can. How much? We only have 2 bones, so that's not going to help out much. Having 2 bones, not going to get us very far in this life. While in some industries, it would be one of those things that would definitely help you advance a little quicker. Here, not going to be helpful. Oh my god, we are just getting rolled a train on right now. So these bees are a big problem for me. I die to these bees all the time, and I'm afraid to go by him because something terrible is going to happen when I step over here because of this spiky block. I only have 1 HP left. Do I have anything? Oh, I do have herbs. Oh my god. I almost did something incredibly stupid. So let's do that. And now that we have our herb potion all ready to go, we're going to hope that we don't land on a piggy. We're going to come back over here. We're going to open this chest up to get some treasure. We got a key, which we can use for a chest later on. We got spider webs. We got a ton of those. We can make those into bowstrings and things. Might be useful in the early game to do that, but I don't think I'm going to. Your stomach begins to grumble. Let's go ahead and eat some of this raw meat that we have. And so there's your treat right there. Every time you eat, you poop. Apparently he's got like a bowel system like a bird where as it goes in, it comes out. I don't know. This makes you very unpopular in the game's many villages. I need to murder something. So let's get you out of the way so that I can fight safely in this corner. And with my 4 HP on remainder, keep trying to get that second swipe, but he's just not letting me have it. He's trying to let me have it with his tusks, but he's not letting me have it with my sword. If you beat a pig to death, like, if you were a guy that beat a boar to death with just a wooden sword, I would have to say that you might be just, like, the toughest dude ever. And now this bee we need to handle. The bees can be a little bit tricky. I tend to die a lot to the bees, so if I die early, I almost 100% tell you it's going to be to a wasp. I'm probably going to get killed really early by a wasp. They are super deadly, and it's unfortunate that we generated so many of them on our first playthrough. I'm going to try and bait him over. Now, you can't take too long in this game. That is one thing that I did want to mention. If you take too long, it does have kind of a spelunky mechanic where, like, these ghosts spawn and try and, like, murder you or something. I don't know. Basically, this thing comes and tries to eat you. It's definitely an unpleasant customer. you don't really want it around. And so we've leveled up enough at this point to where we can select a skill path. These are all passive auras from what I remember. I have never clicked the green one, and so I'm going to see what the green one does. It apparently lit the world on fire over here. I don't know what that is, but I think I caused it. What are you? Fire Wisp. Summons a wisp at the cursor location. Arrows passing through will deal 2 times damage. Oh, that's a little unfortunate. I wasn't planning on doing bows. That's not going to be as useful as I had hoped. I was hoping it would like shoot fireballs at things as they came by. So with our 2 HP remaining, this could be the end of our game. I'm going to fight a bee. Ooh, that was close. God. There's a little bit of a delay that I would talk about, like when you swing your sword. So if you're wondering like why I'm not able to hit things efficiently, there's a big old delay every time you swing. Nope, I died. Well, there it is. I managed to just totally screw up. So let me regenerate my character real fast. We got the peon variant number 3. And the Dwelf. Okay, so we unlocked a Dwelf. So at least it had like a purpose. And that's one of the things I like about the permadeath system, is that at least you get like another character after you die, like you unlock stuff. Now I will say that I wish there was not a permadeath option, just because, sometimes I don't feel like playing a high stakes game. So maybe just like a little checkbox that is just like, you start back at the beginning of the zone and you lose like half your XP or something. Like still make it like a heavy-handed loss, like lose half your current level or something, I don't know. But basically, I do wish that there was an option to turn off permadeath, especially since it would make this whole LP a little less awkward. Because now I've got to recraft all the stuff that I already had. Let's go ahead and... I told you I was going to die to a bee, by the way. It's almost always dying to a bee. This game is a lot easier with friends. And in fact, I feel like the game is balanced to be played with friends. Not to say it isn't soloable. I've made it quite far as a single-player character many, many times. Just not in this playthrough, obviously, because all of my brain power is being used up talking. Let's go over and create all the stuff that we had already. So we'll create like a stack of 4 right there. And we'll cut those in half. I think I needed more. But anyways, we got the 2 blades. No, I didn't. And then with our sticks, we're going to do the same thing that we did before. Make ourselves an axe handle, and then combine that right there to make a pick handle. And then I think that is how we get the sword handle. There it is. And so let me slap that on into my inventory, and then we'll get ourselves the pickaxe one more time. This time I think I'm going to focus a little bit less on killing monsters and a little bit more towards advancing, because I do want you guys to see like the villages and the things like that that are later on. Maybe some of the larger critters, although I don't think we're going to make it. It takes you at least like 20 minutes to get to the next zone, and that's if you're like flying. But damn, we keep getting the worst generated maps ever. These bees are awful. Come on. We need to get ourselves some stone incredibly badly. So if we can get a couple units of stone in the early game, we can make a stone sword. And I can virtually promise you that that makes our lives a lot easier. Oh, he stopped in the most awkward spot ever. I'm gonna murder his pig friend, his pigging friend. I can deal with this. I can deal with this totally. If he wants to stop right in front of the wall and allow me to get 2 hits as I come down. Oh, 3 that time. I got greedy. That one probably would have cost me anywhere else. Oh, he bounced that time just to show me that I didn't know his pattern. I don't control him. He doesn't live inside of a vacuum. God. Let's see here. 2 mushrooms. Unfortunately, I'm going to try and wait to trigger that beetle because the enemies are not affected by the traps on the level. And so I try to trigger things where I have a little bit of clearance to retreat from them, because we obviously don't have the weaponization right now to make sure that our enemies die in a timely fashion. I'm gonna murder this pig too, because I want his meat. I want his delicious pork loin so that I can cook it and eat it. Ow, damn it. Alright, so I don't want to be on the top level over here anymore. We're gonna try and sneak our way through this little platforming puzzle. There we are. And we've managed to make it out the other end. We started with 1 potion right here, so I'm gonna drink that. And do I still have the same traits? I do. Awesome. So let's go ahead and go like so. We'll make a bunch of big potions so that we can drink those as the situation becomes more dire. Keep us from dying in fires or anything else. Any other situation you could call dire. It could be a situation involving wolves, boars. I mean, those tend to be the dire situations that I run into when I'm playing random video games. But the situation, you know, dire beetles, dire whatever, dire wasps, whatever thing kind of terrifies you, they probably got a dire version of it. And let's see what I got right there. But it wasn't herbs, which are the one thing that I always want to stockpile. How much stone do I have? Not enough. I could jump over that one, but I think I'm gonna let it pass. You know, every like now and again, you just have a terrible idea, and you're just like, nope, gonna let that one pass. Your brain vetoes it. It's like, nope. Now, the entire game, I did want to talk about. This is one of those games that I get like totally sidetracked. It's if you remember my Rogue Legacy playthrough, I did the same thing there, where I get sidetracked playing the game because it does require a lot of focus, and you got to be like platforming and jumping. No, piggy, no, piggy, no. Don't do that, please, piggy. Okay, whew, that almost went badly. Alright, but anyways, the control scheme is just WASD. Everything is controlled with the left and right mouse buttons and the 1 through 5 keys. Let's trigger this douchebag wasp and see if we can't get rid of him. And, oh, he's going to be stuck right there. I've had that happen before. Oh, and he got us. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to use a potion. So let's go ahead and drink one of those bad boys. We'll get over here, and I think we should be right about at the point. Let's refine some stone. So we got 3 of those. And the first thing I'm going to do is make myself a stone sword. So the patterns are identical. No matter what resource you're using, you basically use them identically. You just make a blade out of that the same way that you would make a blade out of wood. And now that we have a stone sword, we're going to be doing a lot better. Your ability to kill things really kind of determines... You want to be able to one-shot stuff. That's the way that I would put it. If you can one-shot things, you're going to do perfectly fine in this game. And up until that point, it's going to be a little bit stressful. So there it is. We can one-shot guys. This time I'm going to go with the weapon aura, which, as I recall, hurl a giant axe that passes through enemies. Hell yeah. That's going to be... Take that. I like how he says that. So we've got a little bit of a Castlevania ability right now. If you get the abilities, they line up here at the top, one next to the other. You can have 3 abilities, and they're controlled with the Z, the X, and the C key, respectively. So Z, X, and C as you get abilities if you're following my cursor right there. If you're not, well, I guess you missed out. But anyways, let's murder a pig. And we probably should get moving on this map, because I feel like it's probably going to trigger the time limit on us really soon. 8 damage didn't kill that thing? Really? I'm feeling a little underwhelming right now with regards to my strength. And the other thing that we... Oh, man. He's going to summon a bunch of meteors or something. I know he is. Douchebag. Die! Die, you massive drooling bastard. And now if he lines up along the side of this... Oh, he bounced. He bounced. He's like a bumble. How are you not dead yet? God. Oh, God. Meteor shower. Okay, so... Yeah! You know you had a bad day when you had a meteor shower followed by a 50-foot beetle landing on the top of your head. Trying to, like, impregnate it or something. I don't know what he was trying to do on my head, but I'm going to assume the worst out of him. We've leveled up yet again, so we're sitting at level 6 right now. I'm going to try and get through all this stone, though, because having stone tools, you are limited. So you may have noticed that some of the nodes have, like, a different coloration to them, like blue or yellow. You can't mine those properly until you have the pickaxe of the next variety. And so what we need to do now is make ourselves a stone pickaxe so that we can start getting better materials. So we'll put that right there, just cross that over. Stone pickaxe. Bam. Just going to throw the wood one on the ground because that's how we litter. That is how we roll, and we have limited inventory space. And so let's do this thing. And so now we are in District 2, Rock Road Forest. We can murder people. What's up, green hair guy? Murderer. And see, oh, he didn't die. So it was attempted murder, at least until the second swing. We could talk to the blacksmith down here, so if we wanted to smelt ore, we would give that to him. If you have multiple ore bars, you can put them in these slots, and it'll give you gear, which will give you more HP, make you a bit more resilient. You can also buy stuff from these vendors over here. If you look up at the top, we've been accumulating gold from all the guys we've been murdering. 174, in fact, and here is the guy that you would buy it from. You can't murder the shopkeepers as far as I know. I think I tried that like my first playthrough, just like, die! Trying to see if I could get free stuff. Didn't work out for me. Let's go to the next level, because you're obviously interested in seeing me play the game rather than just, like, talk about stuff. And every single time, they seem to be hiding in front of those beehives. That's no good. That's no good. If you hit the beehives, a ton of bees tend to come out, and that's pretty much a game-ending situation. It's definitely one that is not pleasant, and I'm just taking hits all over. You know what? Throwing axe. Take that. And so the first one is now down. The other one we got to get over here because the loot does despawn rather quickly, so you want to be careful about that. It despawns fast enough where you can dispose of your goods without having to, like, re-loot them as you walk by. But, ooh, he's in a weird position. Alright, so... Oh, he went upwards. That was unexpected. There we go. I got him that time. Let me see if I can bait him down a little further. Ooh, almost took a hit right there. Had to jump over his head. Got ourselves another level up. So we're at level 7. I don't know how frequently you get abilities. I've never paid attention. I just kind of allocate them as I get them. The level backgrounds do change. In fact, if they give me a choice, I'll probably move up to the next zone, even though it'll be incredibly suicidal. We aren't ready for the next zone yet. But if it gives us the option, I do want you guys to see that there are different maps to play through. So the ones that I've seen, there's an ice level, there's a forest level, there's a dungeon level, and I think there's a lava level? I don't know, maybe the dungeon level is the last one. I think the dungeon level is the last one where you fight the boss. But anyways, I think the dungeon level might be partially comprised of lava, which is why I'm kind of mixing up my genres right here. We're pretty hungry right now. I should probably eat some food and poop all over the place. Let's do it. Yep, pooping party. Here we go. This is going to be the ledge o fecal matter. This is my own personal brand of booby trap. Anybody lands on this ledge, they're just going to be like, oh, what the... What? Was it too difficult to get to an outhouse? Like, seriously? Was this necessary? I'm showing my disdain for society. I'm being an ultimate gutter punk anarchist. There we are. Piggy. I only want to be friends. I want to be friends, pig. I want to be friends, like, with my mouth and eat you. That's how I want to be friends with you, pig. Ooh, that was a risky hit right there. Almost took it. Almost took it right upside the head. And so we've gotten some more meat to put in our mouth and be like, hooray, delicious piggy all day long. And so now that we mine these, you will notice that we're no longer getting stone, we're getting ironite, which is the first material that's actually a metal. So we can make real gear out of it. We can make helmets, we can make shields, we can make armor, we can make weapons, basically all of those fun things that allow us to not be a victim later on in the game, because this game does have a strong propensity for turning you into a victim, even once you get further. I think I've got annihilated pretty quickly, almost one-shotted, in fact, in high-tier armor. It does happen, so you gotta be careful about the fights that you pick in this game. It's incredibly difficult. It takes a while to get used to, but if you're in for a challenge and you don't like running into giant spiky... By the way, since when do forests come installed with giant spiky blocks that just bounce all over the place? I don't remember this being part of the normal ecology. Just me personally, not one of those things that your stone sword is about to break. Take that. Haha. Piggy. You didn't know that I had extra resources with which to fight you, did you? Well, on God, pig, I throw my massive axe at you. Dodge it or feel its slashy, doomy pain. Ow, slime. I'm supposed to be out-leveling you right now. You aren't supposed to be a threat anymore. Stop it. Let's go ahead and make another potion because our health is looking a tad low. Never underestimate how low your HP is, by the way. You can get killed from 4 HP very, very easily. So heal early rather than later. Otherwise, you will oh my god! Triple jump saved me right there. My platforming skills are lackluster. I don't know if this game is compatible with a controller. From what I could tell, I plugged in a controller and it didn't appear to, like, do anything. But then again, I didn't try and, like, set it up or anything either. So that would be one of those things, if you really rely on controller support, like I would prefer to play this with a controller, I'm sure they've already thought about adding it. It's probably in the works if it's not in already. Let's make a couple blades. Obviously, I need myself another stone sword. So we've got that right there. Okay. So that's going to work out alright. I need 2 of those, but I need them split. And there it is. We've got ourselves another sword hilt. And I'll save the other blade for the next pickaxe that I have to make because I'm willing to bet my pickaxe is probably going to break pretty soon. So let's try and speed through this here. I'm using all my stamina to get out of the way. Ooh, piggy. I didn't know you wanted me that badly. And so with 280 coin, I think we can buy something cool after this next run. Those things don't hurt you, like you can jump into them. I don't know what to do with them. I've fiddled with them. I assume that they're like a placeholder for later. Alright, let's do one of the other levels. So we will do the ice level. And so here we are. We are now in Reethrock Tundra, and this place is hard. This place is hard as hell. I'm going to show you guys how to smelt out some ore because we got about 3 minutes left in the episode. So we'll split that in half, and we've got ourselves 4 ironite bars. And I think I'm going to turn those into armor just so you can see how that works. I'm going to go... Oh, it doesn't use up our head slot either, having the bunny ears. That's good. So if you drop those in right there, you'll see that I get a helmet out. I slap that on, and it gives me +2 to my HP, which is pretty good. That's not a bad bonus. Plus, it makes my character look more awesome. I mean, the eye slats appear as though they might be a tad cumbersome in a lot of cases, but it is what it is. Is this ironite right here, or is this stone? Because I would like an ironite one if you have one. It doesn't appear to have any of the things that I want. I don't think you can sell to him either. The double vendor, I would love to buy a goldium sword right now. Oh well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the ice level. I'll probably die right here, but I did want to show it to you guys. Ice level time. So ice level is a lot difficult. It's got a new selection of enemies. It's got these like super fast air swimmy jellyfish things, but you can get them stuck on. I mean, they're quick, so it's hard to time the hit. I mean, I think your best option is probably, I don't know, just to avoid them. They hit you in a pretty rapid fashion to the point where it's difficult. Even it takes me longer to swing than it takes them to like reset their cooldown timer, so I tend to just like not attack them at all and just avoid getting hit. Now for this level, you are going to see that there's going to be a lot of stuff falling from the skies. These guys take a swing at you, as I recall, but they're not particularly like agile about it, so it should be okay. And bunny murder. We've committed bunny murder. I feel very dirty, especially given our proximity to Easter. No Easter eggs for me this year. They have poison files. I've still never... Did he just throw... Oh, I thought he threw a thing at me, but he was just knocking the XP globes around. Ow. Enemies do hurt you when they touch you, by the way, in case you were wondering. Let's go ahead and get some more herb. Cut that in half, get some potions. The big potions are nice because they give you like double HP. In fact, I think they give you 5, which is more than double. So that's one of the perks that I absolutely love to start with if I can. That thing's probably going to jump at me soon. Yeah, there it is. Beat the mushrooms out of him. You ever been hit so hard a mushroom fell out of you? I don't think so. That's a pretty rough situation to be in. If I ever got hit so hard a mushroom fell out of me, I'd be like, damn, that was an ass whooping for the century. Let's go ahead and mine ourselves up some more ironite. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't appear to me as though when you go to new biomes that the ore is any more prevalent, like the higher tier. I could be wrong. Ooh, a diamondite ore. If we could get a couple more of those, we'd be in really good shape. And the loot does follow you around right there if your inventory's full. The shrooms I'm going to drop because I don't use them for anything. Mana pot's not going to need them. Poison, not going to need it. Monster bone, not going to need it. Basically, there's a lot of stuff we've already bypassed. You can make gear out of bones just like you can out of any other material. And it actually looks pretty cool. You can make like bone armor and stuff like that. Definitely an earlier game thing that you might want to think about for crafting. I don't think very hard before I do this, so I kind of missed the opportunity. Probably do it after this level, but the episode will be over by then, and so it'll be too little, too latte. Let's triple jump back up here. And a little bit more herb. We've gotten... Snowball, really? Things aren't bad enough. Snowballs falling from the heavens trying to murder me. Now, if you can corner trap some of the enemies in this game, they do show a huge weakness to being cornered. Ooh. They do show a rather large weakness to being corner trapped. So I would recommend using that strategy pretty mercilessly, like your 8-year-old cousin when he plays Street Fighter. Just do that thing all day long. I'm not really interested in fighting you, jellyfish. I like jellyfish. I don't know why you're trying to come at me like this, jelly bro. But for whatever reason, maybe he's just jelly. Yep, there's the bad pun. There's the bad pun. You knew it had to be coming, like it was in the works somewhere. We've now beat him to death so that green stuff fell out of him. Keep on murdering bunnies because I love raw meat to keep myself fed. Unfortunately, your hunger doesn't appear to do anything that I know of so far. I mean, I haven't seen anything. Oh, do a little dash right there to get out of the way of that snowball that was trying to take me out. And I only came up here for the herb. I'm going to be super honest. Stone sword is about to break, so we should probably just ditch this one and get another one. Ditch it and... Oh, that's bad. Oh, we already made an extra. Hell yeah. This rules. Okay, so I'm going to go... I've got a lot of like random stuff laying around in my inventory that I don't necessarily want. We got a goldium arrow out of there, which is... We can put that in an inventory slot just to give ourselves some room. And we have that. And the other thing that I need is... That's not what I needed. I needed that. There we go. I'm using the wrong materials. And so now we've got ourselves another stone sword. Hopefully after this level we'll be able to craft ourselves up another lovely, lovely, lovely piece of ironite gear, which will probably be an ironite sword. No, Jelly! God, they move so fast. I mean, I guess I could just like pace out how far he moves. It's not that hard to eyeball, but laziness take. We got a cooked chicken? What? Let's eat a cooked chicken. That sounds delicious. I love cooked chicken. Hell yeah. No, jellyfish, please don't kill me. I don't want to. I want to get to the end of the zone. I've never beaten ice level. Let me survive this, Jelly. Let me have this. Treasure chest. Just guarded by a jelly. This could get rough. Alright, so I think I'm just going to try and make it to the end of the map now. Because these jellies are... Oh my god, there are so many enemies. This seems to be sort of a bad idea. I feel like I've made a mistake. Oh man, we took too long, so the Scourge have invaded, so now we gotta run to the end of the map and hope we make it. Well, if I die, there we go. Let's go to dungeon level next, just so you guys can see it for a second. I'll give the game an extra 5 minutes, just so you guys can see. In the next village, we can buy all kinds of good stuff in here. I'm gonna buy that herb, though. Is it not letting me? Why can't I buy your herb? What are you selling? Oh, he wants me to sell stuff. I didn't even know that that was... Wait, what? There we go. What are you buying? Oh, you talk to him. Can I drag stuff to him or something? I need to poop. Yeah, that's a real problem. That is a real problem, especially mid-adventure. That would suck. There we go. So we got a potion to heal ourselves up. He doesn't have anything that I want either, so let's go back to the blacksmith. And while we didn't get very much ironite on that run... Oh, we get to choose another path. What does that do? Charge. Nearby allies gain 4 speed for 10 seconds. So as you can see, a lot of the things are like auras that make you better at stuff. Well, that'll work out okay because we still get a blade, so... Now we've got to decide if a pickaxe is where we want to go with this, or if... Let's go with the pickaxe for now. Oh wait, I can smelt this too. Hold on. Hold on, let me smelt my Diamondite. There we go. Awesome. So the Diamondite is the best gear in the game that you can get right now, and if you can get yourself a pretty good supply of it early on, the game is actually a breeze. It's a cakewalk. Oh, this is a swamp level. Okay, there is a swamp level. Oh, I've played this before. Alright. So there's a dungeon level too, and that's the only one that we haven't seen. These little guys just try and stab you with a stick, or it's like poop on a stick or something. That's an item that I invented back in the day. World of Warcraft had a contest for people to invent an item, and mine was a legendary called Poop on a Stick. And it's, I think the subtext that I put was like, ain't nobody gonna want to fight you when you're wielding this bad boy. It's like, yeah, no, stay away. We're actually a little bit ahead of the curve for the swamp level, which is nice. But anyways, now that you've seen a couple of the biomes, the game is in development right now, and so they've got a lot more things coming along down the pipe in the future. They've got a pretty expansive list of things that they're working on, and it's pretty ambitious, but I think this game is going to be really, really good down the line. The more biomes they add, the longer they make the game, and the more difficult they make it, the better. This does seem like the sort of game that once you get the hang of it, you will survive a lot longer, and you do a lot better each time. Monster bone right there. Anyways, as I was saying, it's the kind of game, we got a great blade, so we can make ourselves a giant axe if we wanted to. It's the sort of game where you do get better at it over time. You start to learn like the little quirks and like the different things that work to survive the game. You start to learn what enemies do what, and you're probably going to die their first time into every biome just because all of the enemies do like weird stuff that you just have to get used to. But at the same time, I think the game is on a really good footing for how it stands at the moment. On the pro side, you've really got an amazing artistic style. I really like the way that the game is presented. I find it to be both humorous, lighthearted, and fun at the same time. I really like the way that the game is graphically presented. The music is great. You've got kind of a plethora of chip tunes that will always be just kind of bumping through your speakers, and each one is well arranged. That's the thing, is some games have like really kind of strange chip tunes that it feels cobbled together, but this game, they all have like they have structure to them. You can feel like the real zest to their creation. The itemization is good. I never feel like overpowered. Even with like the best gear in the game, it's still possible to lose if you kind of are terrible at dodging like I am. And so these guys right here appear to be like floating torsos. You know, I have projectiles too, douche. Yeah, how fun was that, getting hit with an axe, fool? So that little guy right there is going to stab me, so I need to outpace those projectiles. But anyways, like, I think there's a lot of things to like in this game. The only thing that I will say as a con for the game is that there's like a little bit, the game is floaty with regards to kind of being a platformer. So if you don't like floaty platformers, that's probably going to bug you really, really quickly. Oh, I'm about to be dead. Well, that's unfortunate. Like, that would be the only con that I would say, is there's like delays between the swings and whatnot that take a little bit of time to get used to, but I think that's more of a gameplay mechanic than anything to kind of grouse about. So, my name is Splattercat. This game is called Magicite. You can get it on Steam for $9.99. Right now, it's made by SmashGames. I like it a lot. I could vouch for it, and you should check it out. Take care out there, everybody, and I will see you in next week's episode of Weekly Indie Newcomer. If you are interested in this series, be aware that I produce it every Friday. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you there.